Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video, I will show you how to create an iOS plugin to check for constant internet connectivity in Godot game engine. So let's get started. So as usual, you would require macOS for this and you would require Xcode installed from the Apple App Store. I have already installed it. And you would also, so here I have just created one empty folder named Godot. You can name it whatever you feel like. It's just for organization's sake, because at the end of this tutorial there will be 3 different projects created. That's why I have created this. So first, what we need to do is, so yeah, let's get started. So this is the documentation. We will be using the Swift Godot dependency to create our iOS plugin, and this is just a cheat sheet which I have created based on the documentation, so don't get confused. So I'll just open Xcode. I'll click on File, New, Package. Then select multi-platform, select library, click next, and here I will just go back, not this folder. So this is the folder where I want to save our file inside my library. So again, I am naming my library as my library. You can name it whatever you feel like, but do remember this name because this name will be used in lot other places as well. So if you are doing this for the very first time, it's better you follow what I am doing. So I'll just click on this create button. Now at the time of recording this video, Swift Godot still does not support Swift version 6, so we have to downgrade it to 5.10. Okay, then the next thing is we need to add this bit of code. So just to show you the documentation, here if I scroll down, here you can see I have already created this. I have already created this as well. Then we need to add this dependency array after the products array. So I'll just paste it over here and I'll just do command S, so it will automatically download the dependency for us using Swift package manager. Then we need to add this platform iOS version 17. So again, if I'll just scroll down, here you can see they have added macOS, but we require iOS. So I'll just paste this bit of code over here. Again, just to let you know, I have kept the version as 17 because I was facing compile time issues. If I keep a version below than 17, that's why I'm using version 17 over here. Then we need to add this type dynamic as well. So here you can see after library name we have to add this. So I'll just paste it over here. Then we need to add this dependencies array as well. Again, I'll just copy this. I'll just scroll down and here you can see after target name we have to add this dependencies array. So I'll just add a comma and I'll paste it over here. Okay, then we need to write the actual code. So before that I can just improve the indentation a bit. So for writing the actual code, you'll have to go to your my library file. Now I will just cheat a little bit. I already have the code. I'll just copy that code. I have created one practice project, so from that I'll just copy this code, then I'll explain it to you. So I'll just copy everything and I'll paste it over here. So here you can see I'm importing UIKit, Swift Godot as well as network. Then this is boilerplate code which you have to write for Swift Godot. Again, this should be your own library name. Then here I have created a class called my library, annotated with @Godot, so that we can call this from GDScript side. Then here I have created one signal which will help us to send data whether the user is connected to a network or a Wi-Fi or internet or not. Then here we have created this NW path monitor. This helps to analyze whether the user is connected to internet or not. And here I have created one method. I have annotated with @callable because this method will be called from GDScript side. Then here we just do monitor.path update handler. Here is our path. If the path is satisfied, then on the main thread we just do we emit our signal and we just do connected. Else if it is not satisfied, we just say not connected. And here we create a dispatch queue because we want to listen to this on the background thread, not on the main thread. That's why. And then we just do monitor.start queue, so it keeps on listening for us, listening for our data. Then we need to create a build.sh file. So I will use VS Code for this. So I'll just go to the, so I'll just open this entire Godot folder in VS Code. You can use whatever text editor you feel like. You can create this build.sh file from Xcode as well. I'm just comfortable from VS Code, so just open my library, and here I'll just create one file called build.sh. Now I'll just copy this bit of URL. I'll go to this URL, and from this we just need to copy some code. So I'll just copy everything and go to build.sh. I'll paste everything over here. Now just scroll up, and here inside scheme we have to give it our iOS library name. In my case it is my library, and we also need to add this dash skip macro validation as well. So again I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. I'll just do command S to save it. Okay, so this is done. Again, just remove any blank spaces if there are. We don't require blank spaces. Now I'll just close this. Then we can just open our terminal and cd to our library. So this is Godot folder. This is my library. I'll just drag and drop the path. I'll clear everything out, and then I can first run this command. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here, and this is the next command. Now I'm not planning to deploy this to Apple App Store, so I can just use this debug frameworks which will be generated. But if you are planning to deploy to Apple App Store, instead of debug you will have to use the word release. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Then I'll just open Godot game engine. So let's just wait. Then I'll just click on this create. I'll click on browse. Then again I'll just go to that Godot folder which we have created. I'll select the Godot folder, and here I'll just name it as my Godot project. I'll click on create. Then I'll create a 2D scene. We only require one label, that's it. We don't require anything else. So we label to display whether we are connected to the internet or not. I'll just expand the label. I'll go to theme override, font size. I'll change it to 40. I'll command S to save. I'll save this. I'll just run this so that our root scene is selected. Otherwise if we do this and directly export our project, then it will cause again errors. Then just go to project, export, add iOS, click on fix import. Here you have to enter your App Store team ID. So you can use this particular URL to get your App Store team ID. I'll enter mine offline, but yeah, entering your App Store team ID is important. So you visit this URL to know how to get the App Store team ID. Then you need to go to add your bundle identifier. So I'll just add com.my company name .my app name. Okay, then I'll click on close. Then here I'll attach one script to this. Then also I'll go to project, export. Okay, sorry, we have already done that. Next thing is again I'll just go back to my old project and copy some code. So here I'll just copy these 2 lines of code. So firstly, if you see, we are creating one variable for our library, and second we are getting hold of our label. Then inside the ready function we just call this bit of code over here. So I'll just explain it to you. So if you see, we are overriding the ready function, which is called as soon as our scene is loaded. And here we just check whether our library has been initialized. Again, this should be our own iOS library name as well as over here. And here sorry, on the second line we just instantiate our library, and here we check for internet connectivity. So this is the method name which we had defined over here. And here we connect our signal. So whenever we get some data, we just so I'll just connect the signal first, then I'll call this method so that I don't miss any data as such. So yeah, so then we'll need to create this particular on user detail signal as well. So I'll just again copy this code and I'll paste it over here. Okay, so whatever data we get, we just display it inside our label. Now if you see inside our terminal, so this is still okay. So this has finally built. So before that, what we'll need to do is, again, I'll do it from VS Code, but if you want, you can do it from Godot game engine as well. So this is my Godot project, right? Inside that, I need to create a bin folder. I'll just close this, and inside that bin folder, I need to create a file with whatever is your iOS library name .gd extension. So if you see over here, that's what I have done. Now I'm not able to open this file from Godot game engine, that's why I'm using VS Code. And inside this file, you need to write this bit of code. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Now again, instead of debug, you will have to write release if you have ran the release command, but for me it is debug, so I'll just use debug. Then I'll just go to Godot folder. Okay, this is our library. Go to bin, because this was success, right? So we need to copy this to file, go to iOS, copy this to .framework folders, then just go back to Godot project, go to bin, and just paste it over here. Okay, now we are ready to export, but before exporting, I will just create another folder called iOS. You can name it whatever you feel like. It's just that after exporting there will be a lot of files, that's why I'm creating a separate folder for this. Okay, so the next thing is you just go back to Godot game engine, click on project export, and click on export project, and here you can just select iOS and then click on save. So let's just wait for this to finish. Once this is done, I'll come back and show you guys the output. Okay, so my project was successful, exported, and then you have to go to the iOS folder, double click on this .xcode proj file. It will open for you in Xcode. So here you can see, and then you just have to run it on a real device. Don't run it on a simulator, it will not work on a simulator. So let me just mirror my device and show you guys the output. Okay, so let's just wait for this to boot up. If you want to fast forward the video, you can do that. Okay, let me just click continue over here. Okay, I think it lost the connection. I'll have to rerun my application again. So this happens when you run it for the very first time. I'm not sure if this is an Xcode bug or is it related to Godot game engine or something else. But I have faced this issue many a times. Or maybe it is related to debug app, because we exported it as a debug project, that's why. Maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah, let's just wait. Okay, so here is the output. So here, okay, I am not sure if you guys can see it, but here is the connected word at the very top. Okay, I'll just bring it down over here, so hopefully you can see it. Now I'll just like disconnect my Wi-Fi, and here you can see not connected. Let me connect my Wi-Fi again. So here you can see connected. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.